So I'm just gonna share like a brief inspiration behind this portfolio project. So my sibling, she's into political science, and so she came to me that she wanted an immigration data. So I remember that time when I was trying to get my student visa, I kind of studied the pattern that the United States use in giving out their non-immigrant visas. So there was a website that I accessed at that particular time. So I told her that I was going to go into that website and help her gather the data, like scrap those data out from that website and help her gather the data and sort it out, clean it, and and then I can give it to her. So to use it to do analysis, because she's into political analysis, so that's what's relevant to her. So I'm just gonna give her like a brief description of how I went about this particular project. So this is like the original project. So I'm just gonna repeat the same process that I use in achieving this. So I've created a new folder. So the new folder, it has the Python script that I wrote for this particular project. So what I would do now is go to Chrome and open my Visual Studio. So basically, this is like the one that I did before, and it's not needed. Just close that. So I'm gonna open the new folder that I created. So this is it. So, yeah. So this is the Python script that I wrote. So on this, let me just go through the website to kind of show you what I'll be achieving on this project. So basically what this Python script is going to do is going to go to this website, right? And then these are the data. They're in PDF file. So it kind of has like the nationality, visa, and the visa, and also it has the post. So basically what this does is like, assuming in Nigeria, right? We have like Lagos and Abuja. So it's just going to show you like, oh, Abuja and Lagos, the number of visas they issued at, the non-immigrant visas that they issued at the so it's just going to go track the whole countries that the United States gives visa to. So, but I'm not interested in the post, but I'm interested in the nationality and visa class, right? So basically what this Python script is going to do for us is go through this website, pull out these PDF files, which is the nationality and visa class. And then once I have these PDF files, I can go use Microsoft Excel to combine them together and convert them to tables, which is going to be the final product. So I'm just going to go through the script. So this one is just the libraries that I'll be. So I'm going to drop this code in my GitHub account so that you can access them. So this is the libraries that are relevant for this project. So as we all know, we need selenium and then beautiful soup. Why these they are like the things to download the URL. So this second part is to initialize Chrome service. So for the web scraping, is going to access my browser. The browser that I'll be using for this is Chrome. So this code is to help us access the the browser. So it's just going to help us open the browser, which is Chrome. So as it opens the browser, it has to navigate to the website now. Where so it's going to navigate to this website, right? It's going to get this link like that I pulled out now. It's just going to access this website. So once it accesses this website, the next thing it does is so this is the function that I created. So this function is to get the link to the PDF file, and this function is to download the PDF file from the link obtained using this function. So I'm going to go through this function and kind of break it down. So the PDF files, they have their href. So the first thing I'll do is to download the page source using Beautiful Soup. So it downloads the page source as page source, right? And then now we have the HTML of this browser. So Beautiful Soup will help us obtain the HTML of this browser. If you inspect this stuff, you see that we have the HTML code that makes up this page. So that's what Beautiful Soup is about to do. It will pull out the page source. So once it gets that, you realize for this particular code, the relevant parts in that HTML is the class, which is the PDF link. So I'm going to show you why this is the relevant part. So I will inspect the page right now and show you why. So you see, so if I come here, I say, oh, I want to see this. You see that this is the tag, the A. So that's where they input all the links to the PDF files. So you see it has the A tag, right? And it has a class, which is the PDF link. So everything here, if I'm to inspect the next one, you see it has the same class, the PDF link. So that's what the code is trying to do. It's going to pull out the page source and go access these A tag, all the A tags, but specifically the A tags with a class PDF link. So that's what it's going to do. So and once it gets it, it's going to save it in the profile. So the next thing that we're going to do to kind of append it into the list that we've created at the beginning is to loop through all the A tags with a PDF link. So now, as it loops through it, is going to get the href, which is the relevant parts. But you see the if statement that I wrote. The if statement specifically is going to get the nationality and visa, because that's the unique part of the href. Like I said earlier, I'm just interested in the nationality and visa class. I'm not interested in the post and visa. Because if you come here, you realize that this is also a PDF file, and I'm not interested in this. So I'm just using the if statement to kind of like sieve out the part that is of my interest. So that's basically what that if statement is doing. So the if statement just sieves it out and then it appends. But like the reason I added this part to the code before it appends it is, if you come to this, you see it doesn't, if I'm to copy this link and paste it, it will give me error. You see, when I click on it, it appends this to that link before it opens it, because that's where it is. So that's why you see in my code I decided to add that to it. So why this function is just basically once we have all the hrefs, which is already is going to return all the href to this, right? So it's going to go through those links in it and then downloads. So this function is basically to whenever I have like a href, right? It downloads and gives it a name. So those are the two basic functions for the scrapping of the PDF files from that website. So now what did I do? I called this function, the get URL, and I kind of saved it into this list. You already know it returns a list, so I just gave it a name, or PDF URL. And then I looked through all the list, the hrefs that have been saved in this. I looked through it to kind of give it, to download it, and then give it a name. So this name was basically, okay, I'll just show you something. Okay, I will do that later. So what this thing is doing is this is like the URL, right? So basically it's taking specific parts of the month in that URL to kind of name it the file name. But like when I run the code, it didn't, so I had to kind of clean it up and give it a proper name at the end when it downloaded the PDF file. So basically I'm going to run this code now, and then you see how it goes about this task. So it has opened the page. So basically that's it. It has opened the page. So it's doing his hidden job into the, so you see, it's downloading the PDF files. See the way it's doing it? It's downloading all the PDF files in that page, not just all the PDF files, specifically the nationality and visa PDF files. So it's going to download everything out of that page. So I think it took like almost 20, close to 30 seconds to execute that command. Okay, yeah. So now it has executed all the PDF files. So let's go to our folder. Okay, that's fine. So these are all the PDF files, right? So I'm going to create a new folder. Let me see, call it data. So I want to sort it by type. So that I know I'm only getting out all the PDF files. Interesting. So that is it. So now I have my PDF files now from that page using my scrapping Python script. So you see, like that's what I said, like that string, it didn't perform. Like, okay, let me just show you under the hood what was happening under the hood. Okay, so I'm gonna call, this is like a list that has all like the href, right? So I'm gonna call just the first one. So you see, so this is it, the whole link. So basically what this code is doing, right, is going to sieve out the, so let me give this like, okay, let me give it a name like test PDF file. So if I run it now, it executes the same thing, I can just print it out as a test PDF file. I just want you just to see what's happening there. So this is it, right? So if I'm to bring out this So if I pull it here and I run it, you see like it's left with the just this part. So it's just kind of like a substring. It's substringing the whole link, and then so that's how we got our name. So, but like it wasn't perfect. Maybe like the reason it wasn't perfect is because of the href. Maybe the websites they kind of they tweak the name a little bit, so it kind of messed up that code. So all the PDF files that will go was not properly formatted the right way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm doing that later. So what I'm going to do now is just format it. Like it's tedious, but it's going to help me later. But there's still when I did the project at first, like I was able to clean it up even without doing this. But like I felt this will be easier to do using this technique. Okay. The name. So I just want to make it the same format. Oh, don't worry, you understand the reason why I'm going through this tedious process. It's just better to do it, but like if you want to go ahead and not do this, like it's still possible to ignore doing this stuff, but like I feel this going through this process is way easier because there are just like few of them that format rights each way. Okay. So, okay, so this one I had to look in through the PDF item. Okay, this is 2019. So 2019. Okay, so I just went through it to clean up some of those things. My assumption is that these 2017 is like the date it was uploaded like into their server or something. I don't think because that's my assumption. That's why they have like 2017. Okay. So the next thing that we're gonna do is create the Excel sheet. So I was going to write this a script on Python to kind of convert the PDF file into data frame, and then from data frame we can kind of change it into a CSV file. But then I realized like when I do that conversion, it's so messy that it's better to do it through Excel. So that's why I decided to stick with Excel to perform this particular task. Like I said, we brought out a cleaner table compared to using the Python code to perform that task. So I'll be using Power Query for this process in Excel. So the reason I decided to put them in a separate folder, call that folder data, is because of this get data. When I try using from PDF, right? It's kind of, I think it was just only one PDF file that I could just put into the process. So it's better to use from folder. That way you can put all the same 5 formats into that folder, and then you can, the 5 formats that you're going to combine together. If it's a CSV file, assuming you're going to combine a lot of CSV files, just better to put them in one folder, and then you upload the folder into it, and then it can combine it for you. So I think that's the better process. So now I'm going to upload that folder, so it's kind of compressed. And you see, so all the PDF files are compressed together. So these are all the PDF files. What I'm going to do is combine and transform this data. So this is just connecting to the PDF file. So this is it. These are all the tables. They're like 64 PDF files. So it's just all the tables in the PDF files. I'm going to click OK. Yeah. So there's really nothing much. It's formatting properly, like so. There's no transformation. I think this is kind of perfect. So I can just close and load. So this process actually took a lot of time. I think like up to like 5 to 10 minutes. Because I think the rows that came out, it came up to like 200,000 rows. So I'm just going to show the process. So when I upload this video, you can just fast forward this part of the video. Let's move to the next file. Okay. You see like they are close to like 233 row. So that's it. Just combine the PDF files for us to go and see something. What I'm gonna do now is just leave, but there are so many formulas embedded in the Power Query, right? I'm just gonna copy and put it in my new sheet. For now, I'm going to paste it as a value so that we take off those formulas embedded in it. So now, okay. So basically, I'm just gonna use this. Anybody can do this. You just delete the irrelevant part. Call this the month. Because the day is not really like it's not important. The reason I'm saying that is the accumulation of the that month that they issued the visa. So it's just accumulation that they accumulated it and then give it. So the day does not really matter. So it's just the months like that. There's a relevance to us, right? So but like you looking like let me just show you what I'm talking about. Like, you notice that this is like a total of this and this we don't need it. Don't need it. So I think that's like the most tedious part of the data planning process. But I'm just gonna go through it and delete them. Because it's a very short sum of data, right? Like 400 rows. So it depends on converting it to numbers and deleting this part. So we don't need this part. because you can actually use Python clearly to do most of those tool tags and stuff like that. So these, yes, please, you know what I'm doing. So probably trying to get this data from my sibling. Hopefully she's able to write a very good analysis on this data when she goes through it. Let's see. And there are some, like even from my few analysis of this data, there are some shocking revelations. Like it's crazy. My interest was primarily in Nigeria, so I saw like I had this notion that they gave us a lot of visa. Well, like there are some revelations like that I got from this data, like uh, the attack on Africa is so funny. Like when it comes to data, like the new colonization. Hopefully, she's able to bring all this knowledge to light when she analyzes and then write a good summary of what she got out of this data. So the whole inspiration behind this whole project is like for my family we realize the importance of data analysis, right? So we're like, okay, let's always do like a family project where everybody will go search for the data they love and then just analyze the data. Then we can add it to our portfolio that, oh, this is the project that we have. So that's how we started this whole stuff. Now I'm able to support my siblings. And then I'm learning a lot too, like, because I know like I did a web scrapping video before. A web scrapping project, not a video. This is like my first video where I went through LinkedIn. You can check that out on my website, my portfolio website. Where I scrapped through LinkedIn and got out some data from LinkedIn. And like some of these projects, they are just basically like trying to solve some of my daily problems. So I was trying to move from I was done with my graduate classes, so it's just there for my thesis. I was trying to move from that state to another state, right? So I was going with my family. So I was interested in some particular job description. So I went to LinkedIn, right? When I got to LinkedIn, I was like, okay, let me put this job and then this location. So I saw when I put it down, the job section, LinkedIn, was like close to like 40 pages, 40 pages of individuals that owns these job skills and then they are working for this particular company. So I was just interested in what are these people that live in this area? What companies do they work for this particular job? So assuming like data analyst, right? So I went to LinkedIn. I was like, okay, I want to see the people in that area. Which companies are they working for as data analysts? So that was what like inspired that particular project. So I did that. I searched LinkedIn. I saw that okay, this is something I think a Python web scrapping code can help me do. So that's how I just decided to write a script for using Python to kind of code out that particular data. And it was helpful though. It's just good to have these kind of skills, because that way you can use it to solve some of your problems. So that's how I got into web scraping, and then because like I'm good with Python. So I was like, okay, let me do that. So I wrote the code. I was able to pull out the data that I need. I didn't do the cleaning of that data though, so I just only sieved out the companies that these people that I worked, like the companies and like data analysts. So I was able to pull out the companies that most of the data analysts in that area they were working with, so that I can submit my application to those companies. And that's how I got into web scraping. And now yeah, I'm using it to help my sibling with her data. This is a very tedious process. I think it's gonna take me like almost maybe 15 more minutes to go through this. So maybe there's even a better way to use a Python script to take out those parts of that part of the code using. Since I'm going through it, so maybe I can try that out though. Like combine it using the Power Query, like convert it from PDF to Excel, right? And then take it back to Python to see if I can automate this process. Just use code to. Yeah, maybe I can do that and then maybe share it with you guys. So I'm almost getting to the 100,000 row. Yeah, this will be done in a jiffy. Yeah, just little codes in I said, if there is a better way to do this, then someone can just suggest it on the comment section. So basically, the way I'm doing it is that I just highlight and press Control Shift the arrow down. So it takes me to the next part. That's how I'm just like automatically getting to the bottom of it. So if I get here now, right, I'll just click it, hold my Control Shift, and then pull arrow down. So it gets me to the next, exactly to the bottom part of the part that I need to delete. So that's basically what I'm doing. But at the same time, I'm converting that. I think I can just even leave that and then do it like like when I'm done with deleting these rows that I don't need, I can just convert. So it's at least giving me some tasks to do, right? So I'm good. Okay, let me share the revelation that I got from this data. So I was interested in Africa. So I realized like okay, like I think from 2017 to 2022. So I used that Tableau for that particular graphical display visualization of the data. So I did from 2017 to 2022, right? I did said, okay, let me see the visualization. So I realized that it was like, okay, in Nigeria, they issued like almost 20,000 plus F1 visa to Nigerians. That's from 2017 to 2022. I don't know how, like I'm just telling you what I saw, so it might not be true. So you can go take the data and analyze it for yourself. So just 20,000. 20, that's from 2017 to 2022. So that 20,000 visas that was issued. And I know like Nigerians, we submit a lot of student visa application, a lot, like a lot. So like it's funny that we issued like 20,000, and I know like it's not possible. Like some of those people were not qualified enough to get visa that submitted their application. It's just funny that 20,000 was issued, 20,000 F1 visas was issued from 2017 to 2022. And that was okay. I decided to check India, right? I was like, okay, I was saying, okay, I think India, they got like almost 400,000. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Then I said, well, okay, let me check 2022 for just India. And I saw that like in India, they issued like 20,000 plus data. It's just in just 2022. And for Nigeria, like 2017 to 2022, that is the same amount they give to us. I'm like, damn, what did we do to these people? Like, is that all crazy? What did we do to these people that we are like they are not giving us student visa, and then for the nation they give that same amount that they've given to us for like 2017 to 2022. That's basically like almost 5 years. Of 5 years we're giving like 20,000, and just in 1 year, a nation was giving that same amount. Like them, that's if they need to check out the consulas they bring to Nigeria. That they are just unnecessarily being biased towards us. I don't know. Well, I'm sure we have our talent has also benefited the United States somehow. So I don't know why we have been treated that way. Maybe there might be some errors in the so just for my sister to do a further study of that particular so that I just talked about and see, validate, make sure that it is what it is that I saw. Just validate with the PDF files and to make sure that the data was accurate. And then like if you go to there's a forum where I'm back home, which is Neraland, like that's crazy. Like those people that apply for visa, crazy number. And then they're just giving that kind of numbers. I don't know, maybe if there's a slot system that's these ambassadors are told to issue ads, like they should increase our slot. So we really need, there are people that want to come study and get this knowledge and take it back home to bless the lives of our people back home. Because I know what I've gained studying in the United States, the opportunities, as the knowledge that I want my brothers and sisters back home to come receive from and be a blessing to my nation when they go back home. So we're almost done. Yeah, so basically this like the thing is like the craziest part of this project. I think in less than 5 minutes I should be done. Like I said earlier, there's a better way to do this. You can just suggest it in the comment section so everybody can learn. Basically, so I was telling my woman that I found a better way to create a video because she's into YouTube too. She makes YouTube videos and I see the process that she undergoes to get those videos out. I'm like, damn, I don't think I can do this. So today I was just trying to show my sister what I was doing so that she can understand the whole process of how I went about getting this data. So and I realized, oh, I can just record on Zoom, right? So if I record on Zoom, I can. It's easy. So I was like, oh, this is a good opportunity. Then I can just make videos like this without doing much work of editing, which I don't like to do. I don't like editing, so that's why this video will be very long. Sorry. So yeah. Got messed up here, but don't just convert those things to convert the whole stuff to. Yeah, I think I'm getting to the bottom of it. Sorry, guys. So you understand what I'm trying to do, right? Okay. So now that's I think let me just convert to numbers. So okay. So now it's converting all of them to text from text to numbers. So okay, so basically this does it. We'll be able to get what we want, right? But like it would be better for us to have April and 20. This 20 does not really make any. So it would be better. Think so. A technique that my sibling taught me was told me to use flash fill and then write some fill codes to clean it up. So you see how I'm going to use it. Flash fill is a very good technique that you can use to achieve this, right? So flash fill, you just go April. Just only pulling out the number so that it's consistent with the. You can also use test to column to do this. But I feel like flash fill is way better to achieve this task. So, yeah, you can use test to column or flash fill, but flash fill is way easier. So once you type in the name, right? So you just, because it's the same format, you see why I was trying to rename it earlier. So it's kind of formatted the same way. Because imagine you're having April and then the next one you don't have percentage, doesn't make sense. So if you just come here, you hold Control E. You see flash fill will just automatically to format, put it in the right order for you. So that's the trick of flash fill. So if I come here and I hold Control E, it's going to help me. Good. So now you see like so with this I can just write a code to say like I can write a code to kind of let's see. There was an error that I was noticing, but I don't think the error is coming for this one because there was some that was like showing 2021. I don't know. But this is looking good. Yeah. So, but I would just still write that same code because there was some that was showing 20 even when I used flash fill, like it wasn't like perfect. So I just, but this is coming out perfect. So I'll just write a code to say, okay, if this is greater than 4, this is what I want to do. I want the right. So this the code in the set that's kind of you can use it to reduce the string, the length of the file that you want, right? So I want this code to do to remove the first two. The first two. Otherwise, I want you to return this. So if I write like this, so what I'll just do if I double click on this, it automatically fills it in. So this is okay. So now I don't want the formula in it. I just want the this. I just want the here. So you'll be asking like, why did I not just use flash to say 2017, right? So when I did that, like it was kind of pulling out some, I don't know, flash was kind of pulling out. So that's why like I decided to write it as 2017. So now we can just copy this whole stuff, right? Just shift down, copy, just create a new sheet. I want to paste only the values. So just paste the value. So it doesn't take the formulas that I don't need the formula, I just need the values. So I'm gonna delete this column. I don't need this column. Delete it. I don't need this. So I'm gonna delete it. So as if this is coming out as it's just basically why is mine? Let me float it. Sorry, because it's better to float it so it's not disturbing the view. Okay, so just change it to test. So number. So basically, this is it. So this is it. So I can just create a new sheet, right? And just come copy this from this. I just want it off the sheet that has kind of messy, right? You get what I'm saying? It's kind of messy to me. It might not be messy to you, but it's messy. So I just want it off the sheet. Let's go put it here. And it doesn't have the formulas, those crazy things in it. Doesn't have it. It's just clean the cell. But so that's basically it. Like I told you, I'm very lazy with formatting, with editing videos. So I'm just gonna post it like this. So if you feel like it's excessively long, just kind of fast forward. The part you don't need, you just push it quickly with your computer, tap, tap, tap. So I'm gonna say, okay, US, you know, data. So I'm gonna save it. So that's the desktop, this PC. Ooh, why is it difficult to get browse? So let's go to this one. So I'm just gonna say, okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna upload this to the YouTube so it's accessible to everyone, anyone that needs it. And then so that's basically I went about this project for my visitor. So thank you very much. So that will be it for today. Thanks.